Hello and good evening. My name is John and we're here playing Rose of Winter. As part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library, eventually then arbitrarily rate and or review them after a wee bit of playtime. High contrast. Huh. I'm not quite sure what this game is, but these games out at random, but since this says skip unread text, I'm gonna tell you what, this is gonna be a visual novel. Hell yeah. Start game. Loading. Beware, evildoers, for I am Rosemary, the Knight of Winter. Or should it be the Blade of Winter? Ooh, maybe the Rose of Winter. Doesn't that sound impressive? You know, a symbol of hope bursting through the ice. That's good, right? I mean, it's not too completely embarrassing, is it? Oh well, I'll figure out a good knightly sounding title someday. My actual name is Rosemary, which isn't very knightish, but check out that Buster sword. I just dropped that volume a little bit. As for the Blade of Winter thing, well, I'm in a place where it's been snowing a lot, as you know. To be honest, I think it sounds cool. Cool stuff doesn't have to make sense, right? Anyway, about a year ago I left my family's farm to fulfill my destiny and become a knight. Sounds pretty amazing, right? I thought so too. So far though, I've just been doing odd jobs for gold wherever I can find them. I've slain the occasional beast and rescued plenty of casts of trees. It's not exactly what I expected, but at least I'm making a living. I guess that makes me more of a mercenary than a real knight. But hey, I've got a cool suit of armor, my trusty sword, so I'm almost there. Sigh, I hate to admit it, but it's harder to become a knight than I thought. I'll always keep trying, though. My travels eventually brought me to this tavern at the foot of Mountain Needle. You wouldn't know it from how cozy it is here, but the mountain outside is super dangerous. Mountain Needle, so named for the frenzied winds that pierce your very skin, crawling with deadly beasts that hunger for human flesh. Only the bravest of the brave dare to venture here. Doesn't that sound like the perfect place for an aspiring knight to find her destiny? Oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, now that I'm here, I gotta find a job, and fast. I spent the last of my gold getting a room at this tavern. Planning ahead, isn't exactly my strong suit. Luckily, the tavern has plenty of postings for mercenaries. I mean, knights, like me. It shouldn't be too hard to find a job here. See, beyond Mount Needle lies Starlight City, one of the most beautiful and prosperous places in the world. People from all kingdoms gather there for important business. To get there, you can either travel by boat for days on end, or take a shortcut over the deadly mountain. Most people take the long way around, but it just so happens there are 4 princes of different kingdoms here at this tavern now, and I will date all of them. Each of them has unique, urgent business in Starlight City and needs to take a shortcut, however dangerous it might be. They'll need an escort to make it across. That's where I come in. I may not be great at planning, but I've got good instincts and a huge sword, and more than enough strength to use it. I can get a prince across the mountains with my eyes closed. I think. So let's see. The 4 princes are... First is Faulkner, the Prince of the Fae. I heard a little about him. He's supposed to be all dashing, elegant, the perfect gentleman. But the Fae people are all supposed to be really tiny? I mean, I've never met one, but that's what I hear. How is he going to handle crossing a treacherous mountain? Well, I guess it's my job to figure that out. The next is Prince Elgadir from the Southern Kingdom. He's pretty young, like a little kid. The job posting him came from his caretaker, who's traveling with him. I don't like to judge based on look, but doesn't he kind of look like a scruffy drifter? Should a guy like that really be taking care of a kid? I wonder what the story is here. They didn't post his name. The third is Triune, the Prince of Dragons, who is, well, it's kind of scary, but he's actually a real dragon. The job posting said he's a fire dragon, so he doesn't do well in cold weather. He has to take a human form to save energy, so he's really weak and needs lots of help getting across the mountain. Oh well, in that case, this shouldn't be too bad. And anyways, nice deal with dragons all the time, don't they? This should be a piece of cake. Finally, there's Prince Kuya of the Moon Forest. To be honest, I'm more scared of him than the dragon. His kingdom is really isolated, so no one really knows what his people are like, but the stories say they're all barbaric, fierce hunters with giant claws and fangs like wild beasts. Still, if he's there asking for help like anywhere else, he can't be that bad, right? Okay, maybe there are more jobs than these 4, but these guys seem super interesting to me. And by interesting, I mean hot. Look, don't judge me. I've been traveling alone for so long. I've always dreamed of fairy tale romance. Not like I really expect anything to happen. I've never even had a boyfriend before. But maybe this time. Anyway, enough of this embarrassing stuff. I gotta hurry up and pick a prince already. Pick your prince. Pick your prince. I'm gonna go with Moonforest Kuya, the Beast Prince of the Moonforest. The end. I finished gathering my supplies and get ready to go. By the time I arrived in the main hall of the tavern, Prince Kuya is already there. He's standing by the door, looking irritated and impatient, all cooped up and bristling to move. I've never met Prince Kuya, but I'm sure that must be him. How can I tell? Well, he's really, big. Good effect. I mean, he's the Prince of Moonforest, so I knew he was going to be larger than average. I'm not that surprised, but I guess it's one thing to hear about it, another to see it. The beast people of Moonforest never leave their domain, and no one is also allowed inside. It's pretty rare to actually meet one, but everyone knows the stories. Huge, wild, terrifying, faces of men, bones of giants, heart of wolves. When that's all you hear about a kingdom, it sticks with you. Prince Kuya lives up to that fearsome reputation. As I draw closer to him, my heart flutters in my chest. I usually don't get nervous, but see, I'm pretty big myself. Even when I was a little girl, I was taller and wider than most kids my age. And not to brag or anything, but I work out a lot. This guy, though, he actually makes me feel small. He turns his fierce gaze down on me, and my mind goes blank. I blurt out the first thing I think of. Aren't you going to be cold? What? Your armor. It's not giving you a lot of coverage. Mount Needle can get really chilly. Well, more than chilly. It's freezing. So I'm just worried you might, you know, freeze off your nips. Excuse me? His deep, booming voice shakes the floor. Everyone in the tavern falls silent and looks at us. I know right away that I messed up. I'm so sorry. I just blurted out whatever I was thinking, and I was looking at your chest. I mean, your armor, and I... Oh, never mind. Please, just let me start again. Hello, Prince Kuya. It's an honor to meet you. My name is Rosemary, and... Rosemary. Is it your first time meeting a son of Moonforest? Yes, sir. To be honest, I hardly know a thing about you, or your people, or how to address you, or anything. I apologize if I offended you, sincerely. You know nothing. Truly nothing. Very well then. I shall educate you. Rosemary, you speak to a great hunter prince. These clothes were bestowed upon me as proof of my great skill, and endless triumph. It makes me laugh to hear you question them. Ha 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 ha. See, I am laughing. This is my laughing voice. I'd be offended if I thought you were clever enough to intend your words as an insult, but you are clearly just ignorant of our civilized ways. I knew you outsiders were weak and tiny, but I had no idea to the extent of your inferiority. For your information, we hunter princes brave much harsher conditions than this pitiful mountain. The cold is nothing to us. You outsiders need to be swaddled like infants when faced with a little snow, but I assure you, I am made of stronger stuff. These clothes are sufficient. I will not hear another word about them. His words sting. It's hard to ignore the people staring at us. The first thing I said to him, the very first thing, was an insult to his clothing, which is obviously special to him. I should have known better. As such, I really don't have the right to argue. I'll just have to grin and bear it for now. Yes, Prince Kuya. Another thing, you do not call me by my name. Address me only as Your Mightiness, or don't speak at all to me. Yes, Your Mightiness. He looks away and is silent for what feels like a long time. Have I really offended him so deeply? I can't believe it. 5 minutes into this job and already blowing it. Some night I am. Sorry for yelling. Huh? Never mind. Ahem. Come along, Rosemary. We have a long journey ahead of us. I hope for more formidable companion, but when in the land of lowly outsiders, even a prince must make do. Ha ha. You don't have to worry. I promise I'm pretty strong. Maybe not as tall as you, Prince Kuya, but... Whoops, I mean... Don't make me repeat myself. I told you to address me as Your Magnificent. What? No, he said something different last time. I'm pretty sure you said I'd call you Your Mightiness. Oh, did I? I mean, don't question me. I mean, I'm not... Both are correct, yes, that's it. Aren't you smart enough to figure that out? I'm not one to lose my temper, but this is annoying. It's not my fault he can't keep track of his own stupid title. I decided to keep that thought to myself. It's something in his expression. It isn't that I'm too scared to defy him. It's more like, will I hurt his feelings so I keep arguing? I think he's embarrassed that I called him out. Kind of adorable in an obnoxious way. Okay, that makes sense. I'll remember that, Your Mighty Magnificence. Good, thank you. So, Rosemary, you fancy yourself strong, do you? How amusing. I don't fancy myself anything, I just... Aha, you think differently once you see the strength of a two-hunter prince in action. Now let's be off. What is this guy's deal? It's not like I claim to be stronger than him or anything. I don't really care which of us is stronger, at least not as much as he does. Oh well, he's paying me to take him across the mountains. And like Mother always said, any job that pays is a good one. Not any job. This job, though, I have a bad feeling about it. I'm hoping not over my head. After an hour of walking, we made good progress up the mountain. The sky is clouded over, though, and the snow is already falling fast. You're already blushing at him. Weather might clear up as soon as the day goes on, but it's more likely things will only get worse from here. Also, I can't help but notice Kenny is shivering in the cold. It's taking every ounce of my willpower not to comment. You think we should make camp early? I'm worried about the snow. Snow like this, ha! It is nothing, less than nothing. I'm the great hunter prince, Kuya. Do you know, outsider, that I once destroyed an entire forest with nothing but my bare teeth and claws? Why? That way our enemy soldier has no trees to hide. Such raw and brutal power we hunters possess. I don't see what that's to do with anything, but there's no point in asking. He's just going to keep on talking. That's why I'm going to Starlight City. I must represent the Moon Forest in our yearly council with the outsider kings and queens. I have 5 older siblings, and usually my elder siblings represent our king, but this year I was chosen. They may be older than I, but I am a great hunter prince. I've actually heard stories about great hunters in Moon Forest, although I don't remember any details. Hearing about them might be interesting, as much as I hate to admit it. Not just anyone can be a hunter, you know. We are especially chosen to enjoy the great hunt. Only the bravest and strongest can handle it. My elder siblings weren't worthy, but I succeeded where they failed. The great hunts are sacred. Every year in the season of dusk, we ride through the forest for 13 nights. Hunters don't stop to sleep, eat, or even rest. We focus on our quarry. We return only when we have subdued the rarest and most elusive prey, like the silver stag or the winged wolf. Riding home with their pelts around our shoulders, we are treated like kings. No, better than kings. We are great feasts of golden apples, wine ever pouring. We hunters are not only the guardians of Moon Forest, we're also this glory and pride. That sounds great, Your Magnificent. It is the highest honor, more wonderful and wild than your pretty mind can imagine. Ha! I bet you wouldn't last an hour in the first evening of the great hunt. I'm surprised you're able to make a night, although you might be considered strong by pitiful outsider standards. Actually, I'm not really a knight. I mean, like, not officially. Ha 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 ha. I should have guessed. Look at you with your fluffy little mane, no claws, no fangs. Pathetic, ha ha ha. Okay, first of all. Ah, achoo. That was a sneeze, wasn't it? I knew it. I knew you were going to catch cold in that outfit. What? No, that was a battle cry. Great hunters don't sneeze. We, achoo. Sigh. Whatever you say, Your Magnificence. I grab my pack and pull out a small piece of bread wrapped in leaves. Here, eat this. Sniff. Why? Is this some kind of trick? No, it's silly. It's a snack. If you eat more, your body will have more energy to keep itself warm. I know it's not much, but it might help. Though he still looks a bit suspicious, Caillou takes the bread from me and gives a tiny nibble. I hate to admit it, but it's awfully cute. This is delicious. Good. Does it help? Do you feel warmer? Well, I wasn't actually cold, remember. But maybe a little. Aha, glad to hear it. Why are you being so nice to me? Because you're paying me. Because it's the right thing to do. Why would I want to help you? It's kind of my job. Besides, that's what knights are supposed to do, right? Help people in need? It would be very heroic otherwise. Well, of course we great hunters are very heroic too, so... Thank you, Rosemary. This is delicious, tiny bread snack was worthy of a mighty warrior. Wow, that's not a compliment I ever expected here, but... You're very welcome. It's almost a nice moment. Unfortunately, it doesn't last. As soon as we start walking and start going on about his adventures again. Feels like we've been talking nonstop for hours. I know Mount Needle was bad, but I didn't think the journey would be this painful. And so, everyone thought I was done for, but really I was only playing dead to fool the dire bear. At the very last moment, I roared back to life and sliced the bear's head off with just one of my claws. Everyone cheered and thanked me for saving the village. But really, I don't do it for thanks. I do it because of my honor as the son of the Moon Forest and a hunter prince. He grins at me, trying to gauge how much I enjoy his story. I smile back at him, hoping it looks sincere. Now that I think about it, there might be a chance to connect with him. I have plenty of stories like that from my own travels. Maybe we become better friends, so it'll be more fun to talk to. You know, I came across a dire bear in my travels too. It sounds like mine wasn't as big as yours, but it was pretty hefty. Been around the edge of town and was scaring one of the guy's goats, so he hired me to... Rosemary, please. Does the story have a point? I just thought you might hear some of my stories too. You really think your little errands can compare with the tales of a great prince of Moon Forest? Well, it's true that ghost story wasn't that exciting. It's a you had to be there kind of thing. But I swear, if I have hear the words Great Prince of Moon Forest one more time, I'm going to explode. No doubt it was worth putting up with this. Okay, calm down, Rosemary. Calm down. Let's just forget about it. You want to take a break soon? There's a river nearby, so we can get some water and rest for a bit before moving on. Ha! I can keep walking for hours easily. But if you're tired, I suppose I could. Ah, what's that? Huh? What's going on? Did you see a monster? I got my sword ready to fight if... No, look. My cloak. It's got a huge stain on it. And look. One of my shoulder spikes got dented. When did that happen? We've only been walking for a few hours. Huh? Jeez, from the way you screamed, I thought you were in danger. I did not scream. I battled a mighty roar of fury. Look at this mess. I guess, but that tends to happen when you're hiking up a deadly mountain. Hasn't your cloak got ripped or stained on your hunts before? Well, obviously, yes, of course, but it's only gotten stained with blood of deadly beasts. This is mud, a totally different thing. You said there was a river nearby. Yes, let's stop there so I can wash it. Hurry. Whatever you say, your mightiness. He's a liar. And so we stop for a rest. There's a small cave nearby where we duck in to get out of the snow. I got some food on my pack ready to offer to Kuya, but he's too busy worried about his dumb cloak. Look at this, practically ruined, and I paid so much for it too. Thought you earned it for heroically slaying monsters and stuff like that. Yes, exactly. I paid for it with my heroic slayings. You outsiders are so thick-headed. Do I have to explain everything to you? I think this is salvageable. I'm gonna go out to the river to see if I can clean it off. Stay right here. Don't touch anything. It's a cave. Why would I be touching stuff? He doesn't listen to me. He just goes storming off. Well, let him throw his tantrum, I guess. It's strange to see such a big, tough warrior guy get upset over a little stain on his cloak and a scratch on his armor. Then again, I should be so quick to judge. I've already upset him once in making light of what he's wearing. It's obviously really important to him. It's my own fault I don't get it. I settle down, glad for a moment of silent solitude. Nice to catch my breath and not get yelled at for a little while. The little while turns into a long while, and I start to get worried. Kuya has been gone for 20 minutes now. How does it take to wash a stain out of a cloak anyway? What if something happened to him? It was stupid of me to let him go out there alone. No matter how big he is, he's still a prince, and it's my job to protect him. Maybe he got eaten by a bear. Why'd I explain that to the Moonforest royal family? Sorry, I let your youngest son go and get down a deadly mountain by himself for no reason at all. I tell myself to calm down, that Kuya's probably fine, as I hurry out of the cave to look for him. Doesn't take me long to reach the riverside. No sight of Kuya, though. Oh no, what if something really did happen to him? Your Magnificence! Are you okay? Hello! I catch sight of Kuya's cloak and armor lying folded on a smooth rock beside the riverbed. So if Kuya's clothes are here, where is he? Rosemary! Hello! I'm speechless. I knew Kuya was big, muscular guy, but suddenly I'm seeing his actual body and I'm overwhelmed. He's beautiful. Never thought I'd use that word to describe Kuya, but no other word would do him justice. I literally can't take my eyes off him. I want to memorize every detail so I can keep coming back to this image in my mind. After a moment, though, the reality of the situation hits me all at once. What are you doing here? Why are you looking at me? What? Not like I was trying to. You're the one who took your clothes off for no reason. Why'd you do that? Isn't it obvious? I was washed them, and then I realized I was dirty too, so I took them off to bathe in the river. You wanted to bathe in the freezing river, completely naked, on a snow-covered mountain by yourself. What's wrong with you? You'll get frostbite and die. Don't you have any common sense at all? I told you, I'm a great hunter prince, and I don't feel the cold. Oh. Why do I bother trying to explain myself to a lowly peasant like you? From where I'm standing, some of you feel the cold. I'll do what I please, and... Kaya slips and my heart stops beating. He's about to fall backwards into the freezing water. If I don't act soon, he was swift up the river. There'll be anything I do to help him. Time stands still. I move without thinking, closing the distance between us as fast as I can. Throw my hands around his waist and pull him sharply away from the riverbank. Well, hello. The good news is I managed to drag him to safety just in time. The bad news is, in doing so, I press him against me and get a face full of Kuya's naked chest. I stay there for a moment, stunned. His body is so smooth and firm and surprisingly warm. I guess it's not really such a bad news after all. Rosemary? Huh? What? You're touching my chest. A lot. Oh, I got a achievement. So I am. Haha, goodness, what a situation. Let me just go ahead and stop doing that. Step away very carefully. Kind of wish I didn't have to. Wait, what am I thinking? This is Kuya, the biggest jerk in the world. But even jerks can have nice chests, right? Well, I've never been more embarrassed in my life. Yes, me too. To be honest, I'm feeling a lot more things than just embarrassed, but I'd rather die than let him know that. I avert my eyes and he goes to put his clothes back on. There, see, I cleaned the stain on my cloak and hammered the dent out of my spikes. After all that, I have no idea what to say. I know this is an awkward situation, but I'd rather forget it completely. But, Rosemary, do you... What's that? I couldn't hear what you said. I said, you think it looks okay? What, your outfit? Well, yes, I went through all the trouble to get it looking nice again. Well, what do you think? Take a step back and look at him. I want to answer honestly. You're really satisfied to tell him it looks like an idiot, but the truth is, I'm a sucker for cool-looking armor. I love the spikes and the flowing cloak. Why did my armor look good with a few spikes? But then maybe I'm giving too much credit because my brain is clouded by hotness. That's a thing, right? I don't want to encourage him to be a jerk. I don't want him to lie to me either. You look pretty awesome. Really? I mean, of course I do. I always look magnificent, don't I? All right, don't push it. I was gonna say, I think your spikes look pretty neat. Maybe I could put some on like that on my armor too. Yeah, and then we could match. Or we would if you weren't vastly inferior to me in every way. Hey, watch it. Don't forget who saved you from freezing death just now. He's over there. You should face the other way. Thank you. What's that? Oh, never mind. You were infuriating. Let's just keep going. So we gather our supplies and keep walking. I'm glad we're moving again because it gives me something to think about besides Kuya without any clothes on. Oh, who am I kidding? I can't stop thinking about it. I don't even want to stop thinking about it. But I have to. It's Kuya. I don't care how hot he is. He's a big, mean, blowhard jerk. Okay, I care a little how hot he is. If he's totally awful, why do I feel so conflicted about it? Why can't I just enjoy his hotness and move on? I guess because in a few small moments, he was showing me something different. Oh, he was showing you something. When he's vulnerable, he's kind of nice to me. Or at least, I get a glimpse of something more underneath all that bluster. If you were like that more often, maybe. Sigh, there's no use in wish for something that's never going to happen. No matter how nice it is to think about, I gotta forget Kuya's hot body. Although it's nice when I scratch myself in the memories while the real Kuya is ranting at me. And anyway, you outsiders don't even have horns. I thought that must really be small under your hair, but no. No horns at all. Do you have any idea how ridiculous you look? I almost feel sorry for you. How do you strike fear in the very souls of your enemies? Are you gonna be like this the whole way? Why? Are you intimidated by my greatness? What? No. Ugh, you are so full of yourself. I can't believe I thought I saw something deeper in you for even like one tiny second. At least now I know for sure looks aren't everything. Wait, what? You saw something in me? Wow, really don't want to get into this. Before I can say anything, the wind picks up and starts to howl. The snow thickens into heavy sheets. I can hardly see anything in front of me. There's no time to argue. I have to deal with this first, thank goodness. Your Mightiness, can you hear me? I know you want to walk here for a little while, but we need to stop and find shelter for the night. Ah, you're so easily defeated by a little wind and cold. It's still light out, and we just took a break. If you're tired to get all ready, I'll have to carry you the rest of the way. For goodness sake, can you stop? If we keep going this weather, we'll both get lost or catch the death of cold. Trust me, I've crossed the mountain before. The smart thing to do is... I've crossed mountains too. You really think you knew better than me? Don't make me laugh. Honestly, I just don't want this guy. It takes a lot to push me over the edge, but I want to get this over with and get out of the stinging cold. Prince Kuya, shut up. It's like you can't open your stupid mouth without saying something mean to me. And for what? All I'm doing is trying to help you. You're acting like a bratty child and I'm sick of it. Look, you hired me to be a guide across the mountain, not as some servant you can push around, but you still won't take my advice or listen to a word I say. Why do you even hire a guide at all if you think you're so superior? You may not think so, but I actually know what I'm doing, okay? Probably more than you do. If you're not going to listen to me, I should just leave you to die alone on this mountain. For real this time. There's a thick veil of snow around Kuya, blurring his features. He doesn't answer me at first, but comes closer to me, moving with strong, purposeful strides. I almost forget how large he is. He towers over me easily. Now that he's closer, I can see his face more clearly. He looks angrier than I've ever seen him. The sight of it shocks me into silence. If I weren't trembling with anger myself, I wonder if I'd gone too far. When he finally speaks, his voice has a hard edge to it, a vicious growl that seems to shake the earth, even through the layers of snow. How dare you? How dare you? You speak to me as a child. I am not a child. You truly believe I need you? You, a lowly outsider, weak and pathetic like an infant? What possible use could I have for you? You knew what I was, you'd beg to serve me. I am the great Kuya, who once tore out the throat of a wolf drake with my bare hands. I was only a baby. It was my first kill, the one that marked me for greatness, for life. I laugh to think what your first kill must have been, if you ever had one. It was probably the time a mouse got in the kitchen when father was making breakfast. I hit it with a frying pan. But now doesn't seem like a great time for that story. Kuya is shouting now. He's lost all sense of around him. His fangs and claws are bared in fury. I face his rage head on without flinching. Seeing him like this, with his wild mane whipping in the wind, his muscles bristling, those sharp teeth so huge and frightening, I've been thinking of Kuya as a big blowhard, but it occurs to me first time that these stories might actually be true. He really does look like a barbarian prince who once could rip the throat out of a wolf drake, or level a forest with his bare claws. So? Are you so pitiful you have nothing to say in response? Well, that's to be expected, isn't it? Pathetic outsider with nothing to do or say. Why even bring me along if you hate me so much? Hate you, but I don't. The next instant, the armor comes to an end. We both realize there's a bigger problem in front of us. 30 to 50 wild boars! The great terrifying beast emerged from the swirling snow. A tremendous boar covered with dense black hair, sharp and thick as nails, with a set of cruel tusks along as my arm. A mount needle razorback. I remember reading about them in one of my old books. My blood turns cold at the sight of it. The beasts don't normally attack humans unprovoked, but the loud sounds could trigger them into a rampage. This one must have heard Kuya and I when we were shouting at each other. The razorback saunters towards us, his tusks lowered in attack position. I grab Kuya's arm, speaking in a low whisper. Your Mightiness. I've read about these things, and they're very dangerous. Even if we both try to fight it, we may not make it out alive. If we back away slowly, we can escape and find shelter without provoking it to charge. Rosemary, do not insult me. I'm a hunter prince. I can handle this foul beast myself. Kuya's voice shakes violently. With fear or with cold? I can't tell. All I know is we'd be idiots fighting this thing. The longer we go without running, the less chance we'll have escaping. I remember reading something about having very odd, surprising weakness. But it was just a footnote in a book. I can't for the life of me think of it now. Please, if you love me, listen to me now. This isn't about how strong you are. That thing is hide like steel. Its tusk could rip through you in less than a second. Even the strongest person in the world couldn't fight it. Let me handle this. I know I can do it, but please trust me. Not crazy to think that Kuya might be able to master this thing, but I can't shake the feeling that he's in over his head. I don't know what to do, but it's too late anyway. The Razorback lurches towards charge right at us. Let's make a decision right now or we'll both be dead. Leap in front of Kuya and protect him. I don't care how strong the Prince Kuya is. He hired me to protect him, and that's what I'm going to do. Aha! I leap in front of him and swing my sword in a wild arc. My sword scratches the Razorback's snore. It squeals angrily and veers off, but only for a moment. Wah! You hit it! You actually hit it! This is a tiny scratch. I think I was more surprised than hurt. Don't celebrate yet. The Razorback changes course and comes thundering at us, angrier than ever. I don't think a simple scratch will stop it this time. I really wish to remember what the secret weak spot was, but I can't, so I'll have to improvise. Hold on tight. What? That's a great image. I'm not sure I can do this, but I have to try. As quick as I can, I sheathe my sword and take Kuya in my arms. He's heavy, but I can manage it. Hold him tightly as I can and leap in the air an instant before the Razorback hits us. Woof! Against us all, I jump clear over the beast. No, I shouldn't care about stuff right now, but part of me wonders if I look cool. You do. We landed safely in the snow while the Razorback searches furiously where we disappeared to. Rosemary, that was incredible. We're not out of the woods yet, or mountain. It just spotted us. The Razorback charges again. I leap deftly aside, just barely out of the reach of those tusks. The beast keeps coming, and I keep darting away. My body moves on instinct. I think of nothing but keeping Kuya safe. Wah! The Razorback and I are caught in a strange little dance. It hasn't hit me yet, but I don't have an escape plan either. I know I can't keep that for much longer. With every leap, I get a little more tired, and Kuya feels a little heavier in my arms. I have to do this quickly, or the Razorback will end it for me. When it charges again, I don't have time to leap aside right away. I stand my ground until the Razorback is almost on top of me. Kuya's arms tightly around my shoulders. I can tell he's scared. I know what I'm doing. I need to be close as possible when we hit my target. Just before the collision, I step aside only slightly, so the great boar comes charging past me. It's so close, I can feel the brush of its hair against my skin. Without wasting breath, I jab my sword into its face, hoping against hope that I hit the right spot. I hear a great squeal of pain. I leap away, putting as much distance between us and the beast as possible. What did you do? Did you hit it? There's blood on my sword, yeah. I guess I did it. What good will it do? A little scratch won't kill it. Dummy, I'm not trying to kill it. I hit it square in the eye. It's half blinded. Sure enough, the Razorback is squealing angrily, rubbing its bleeding eye in the snow. For a moment, it seems to have forgotten us. Oh, that makes sense, but we'll have to hit it with such a small spot on a moving target. That's impossible. I can't believe you pulled it off. It just takes practice. Razorback squeals again. What a horrible noise. It seems to have caught sight of us with one good eye. It must be angrier than ever. Time to go. I rush off, holding Kuya tight. Behind me, I can hear the thundering hoofbeats like a Razorback, but it's losing blood now and can't keep track of us so easily. Eventually, the sound dies down, fading into nothing. We lost it. We're safe. I'm not sure how long we've been running, but we break into a small, silent clearing. I finally feel like we can stop. Carefully, I set Kuya down and double over to catch my breath. Rosemary, that was so cool. All right. Before my voice gives out, this is The Rose of Winter, a visual novel by some people. Let me look. This game was made by Pillow Fight. So far I like it. The characters are fun. I'm gonna actually flick off so the music isn't blaring in my ears. The characters are fun. I mean, I've only done the first one with Kuya. The main character is really cool. I like her style. I like her spirit. I like her big giant sword. So yeah, this game's pretty good. Rose of Winter. Cheers.